About here is we're not talking about church itself. We're talking about people, because we believe people make that, and this is about relationships. So it doesn't matter who comes and goes. That you have to think about what God is talking to us about in terms of human race, and those challenges are things that we may be thinking about. How are we supposed to live our lives for the common good? Period. And so those are those things. So when you come in, you may open up some doors and some hearts about some things that people need to understand. And you never know, you may have this comfort level where someone feels like they can talk to you about something. They can't talk to somebody that even looks like them. And those are some of my experiences as well. I do a lot of workshops on working with African American families, working with African American offenders, and all diversity, anything. But one thing that really resonated with me, a group of social workers, I did a workshop for at Providence Hospital. But anyway, these are social workers who place children in foster care. And so my presentation, they asked me to come and speak about working with African American children and families. And this predominantly white crowd, there was a couple blacks there, and this black lady came up to me at break and said, "Ms. Curtis, I know you need to do this, but I don't appreciate how you're exposing the culture to these people." And I said, "Do you place African American children in non-African American homes?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, don't you think those families need to know this information to better serve those children that they have committed to love and care for?" And she said, "Yes, but I just don't feel comfortable with you talking about these issues." And she was black. And then when we returned back, I continued on with the workshop, and at the end she said, "This is really important stuff. And I realized I have to deal with my own issues." And so, because then I broke down subcultures of African Americans, but we don't get to talk about how we feel. And some of them could be racial self-hate in some of the things that we hear and do, or because we think other people are going to make fun of who we are. But we have to let people know who we are and be comfortable with that. And we're going to talk about a model of diversity and show just a quick model of diversity, but that's where it happens. That's where you get the dialogue. We're never going to know about each other if we don't talk about those things. But we haven't created formats or forums for people to talk about those things, because they are hard things. And you don't want people, like I said, I appreciate my relationship with Ashley, because you don't want people thinking you're racist or what have you. So we really believe that those are hard things to talk about, but they're important things to talk about, and they can be talked about. They can be talked about. But it starts with relationships.